When a rock that size hits a planet, it leaves a crater. Gale Crater, 96 miles from rim to rim. A similar scar on Earth was left by the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. But an impact builds nothing, it only destroys, shattering rock, melting it, blasting it away. By rights, all it should leave behind is an empty crater. But today a mountain stands at the center of this basin, 18,000 feet from the crater floor to the summit, taller than any peak in the continental United States. But how did a mountain end up inside a crater? On our planet, an impact like this raised an entire age. Here, destruction created something unexpected. A basin that would one day hold a lake. A colossal pit the size of Connecticut. Rivers carried water into it, and a lake formed on the floor. The water remained here for millions of years. NASA confirmed it had everything microbial life needs. We don't know whether anything ever made use of those conditions. But the water vanished. Layer by layer, the mountain holds the record of how it happened. The Curiosity rover has been reading those layers from the bottom up for more than 10 years. And the higher it climbs, the closer it comes to the question this mission was sent to answer. If life was here, what happened to it when the water disappeared? August 6th, 2012. This was Mars in the first days after the landing. The mountain is 6 miles away. But there is no straight line here. Between the rover and the mountain lie fields of sand, rocky ridges, and ravines. That is why every foot of its route is planned by a team of engineers back on Earth. It will take more than 2 years to reach the foot of the mountain. Curiosity weighs 2,000 pounds and averages barely 100 feet per hour. What lies ahead is not a drive. It is a climb from the crater floor up through layers laid down over billions of years. Below is a world where water once stood. Above is a world where it was already gone. It is not driving into a mountain. It is driving into the story of how the water died. The foot of the Mount Sharp. This place is called Pahrump Hills. The rock beneath the wheels is made of thin, even layers. Layers like these settle on the bottom of calm water. We are moving across the floor of that ancient lake. And this landscape holds the answer to our first question. Where did the mountain come from? The impact did raise something. It fractured the rock beneath the basin, the surface rebounded, and a stone peak rose at the center. But that is not our mountain yet. It is only its seed. Then the basin began to fill. Rivers carried silt, the wind carried dust and sand, layer after layer, for millions of years, until the basin was full. Then the wind changed jobs. It stopped bringing material in and began carrying it away. For billions of years, it blew this rock back out, grain by grain. Near the crater walls, it cut deepest, but the central mass survived. Mount Sharp is not something that grew. It is what the wind hasn't carried away yet. It didn't rise. It was carved out. Mars has hundreds of thousands of craters, so why send a $2.5 billion rover here? Because the orbiters had already read this mountain from space. Clays below, salts above, older layers at the bottom, younger ones higher up. This mountain was not just rock, it was an archive. And there was only one way to read it: climb. For more journeys into the questions that still remain, subscribe to the Before We Arrive channel. The Bagnall Dunes. The dark strip of sand in the hollow is a dune, and it is moving, even today. The first active dune humanity has studied beyond Earth. Wind moves dunes like these almost 3 feet in an Earth year, slowly. But here, where everything else has stopped, it is the only thing still moving. And this sand is dangerous. For a wheeled machine, sand like this is a death trap. If Curiosity gets stuck, there is no one on Mars to pull it free. Another rover had already paid the price. This is Gale Crater, thousands of miles from Gale. The Spirit rover came here first. This is the view from the spot where it got stuck. Those are its own wheel tracks, the last ones it ever made. Its wheels sank into the soft sand, and it could no longer turn to face the sun. It did not survive the Martian winter. It's still there, right where this picture was taken. Curiosity is climbing toward the point where Gale stopped being a lake and became the desert we see today. But that change raises a question far larger than the crater itself. Where did the water on Mars go? Mars was losing its atmosphere, and with it, much of its water was escaping too. But that may not be the whole story. Some of the water may not have gone up at all. It may have gone down. And this is where the next episode begins.